Tiebreak's Early Access 6 just came out recently. I've had fun jumping back into the game, at least for a few hours. The update brought us some good changes. Slices are less floaty and are harder to pull off, but they also bounce lower now. This makes slice a higher risk but a higher reward type of a play, which is great. We have also new shot types added to the game with new R1 modifier. But from 3 of these new shots, only heavy slice seems to be really worth using. Running speed is also now slower, which makes the game feel a bit more realistic. Slower speed also made AI opponents unable to reach every single point like Nadal on steroids. But despite these changes, Tiebreak is still far from being a great tennis simulator. There are still unresolved problems with the gameplay. Problems that fans have been complaining about for a while. And with the nerf to movement speed, new issue popped up. Winning matches against computer is way too easy right now. In fact, most of my matches against CPU are 6-0 or occasionally 6-1 if I mess around to try new stuff in the game. And that's on the highest difficulty available in Tiebreak. Tiebreak goes into the right direction, but I worry that progress made by developers is way too slow, especially considering expected full release date in August. The game has tons of potential, but needs good direction and proper decision making. I think Big Ant has to make some significant and drastic changes to the gameplay. By my count, there are 4 main areas for improvement. And without implementing these 4 changes, I believe the game won't be fun and won't sell well. So, how to make Tiebreak a really great tennis video game? First and foremost, remove that damn 2 triggers scramble mechanic altogether. Holding both triggers is a gameplay system that makes the game way worse than the game would be without it. When the Early Access 6 was released, I came back to the game after a couple of weeks of break from it. I actually forgot about holding 2 triggers at first, so I played without it for a bit. And you know what? The game was much more enjoyable. Players moved at the proper speed. Their animations were realistic. But then I felt pushed to use 2 triggers since the game is optimized around using this system. Not using 2 triggers is okay against CPU, but you won't win matches in the multiplayer without it. So please, Big Ant, get rid of that system. I've been checking online feedback about the game for a while now, and I have not seen a single person saying that they like how this system works. 2 triggers also remove completely the point of using 1 trigger for shot preparation. This is because 2 triggers have all the upside of 1 trigger, plus your player runs faster, so why bother? And once 2 triggers hold is removed from the game, balance the speed of shots and running to fit using 1 trigger sprinting only. And here's the second improvement area. Make it harder to hit aggressive shots. Winner type of shots should be hard to pull off. In Tiebreak, right now, the difference between potential skill floor of a player and skill ceiling is way too narrow to give fans satisfaction. It's just way too easy to use potential point winners in Tiebreak. I can spam topspin with aggressive modifier at tight, short angle close to the net all day long, with little to no risk of missing my shots. These shots are relatively high reward, but are low or even no risk plays, and that's a huge problem. Do you want to see how stupid it looks and plays when you get 2 players who understand that topspin is the king? Check out this rally I had in multiplayer match. It looks ridiculous, right? This issue alone makes Tiebreak an unappealing game experience. We have plenty of good shot types in the game already, and they are all different. But Why would I bother using them when I can just spam aggressive topspins which are better than other shots? Why play defensive slice when I can just respond to most shots with topspin at tight angle close to the line? Why would I risk hitting the net or out with highly powered flat shot when I can get similarly good topspin without the risk? And I don't think nerfing topspin is the solution here. We will just spam other aggressive shot. The problem is not topspin itself, it's the lack of difficulty and risk in playing potential winners. Hard tennis plays need to be difficult to pull off, otherwise there is no challenge and satisfaction from playing the game. So, how to fix it? Perhaps add some timing-based accuracy mechanic to penalize lack of skill and reward mastery of the game? Or maybe add left stick precision aiming that gets less accurate with less preparation? If you need inspiration, just look at full ace and tennis elbow. Generally, without improving this particular aspect, there is no way to make Tiebreak a really good tennis simulator. Third, program CPU to be actually good at the game, but without being an invincible god. It was not fun prior to Early Access 6 to have computer-controlled players reach all the balls due to how crazy running speed was. But neither is it fun to win all the matches 6-0 on the highest difficulty in the current update. The AI is more aggressive now, but makes way too many silly mistakes on expert difficulty. It plays drop shots, but misses them most of the time. On top of that, computer does not know how to hold the racket when it's at the net. And plus, I can always just sprint to the ball with 2 triggers and save myself with a defensive shot. By the way, playing defensively is way too accurate in the game right now. So my suggestion is to have AI play aggressively, program it to make some occasional mistakes, but not to give us 3 points all the time. And lastly, rework serving mechanics. Serving suffers even worse fate in terms of lack of skill gap than ground strokes do. I don't even know if there is a skill floor and skill ceiling in case of serving. It's hard to actually miss a serve, but it's also impossible to make it really satisfying. So far, in my matches against CPU on Expert, I have not managed to get a single ace since Early Access 6. Before, I could just play wide serve close to the net, but right now I'm just hitting the net with this serve. And the only way to get an ace against human opponent is when they mess up and press wrong direction before you hit your serve. Perhaps borrow tennis elbow 4 serving style, it's satisfying and punishing at the same time. Or at the very least, take serving mechanics from your own AO Tennis 2. Just please, don't use Tennis World Tour 2 serving. It was terrible, though still with higher skill ceiling than Tiebreaks, and that says a lot. So, these are the gameplay improvements that I believe Tiebreak desperately needs. If these 4 adjustments were implemented well, I bet Tiebreak turns into a really fucking good tennis game. Tiebreak has great core of shots animations and ball dynamics. There is a big variety of shot types and modifiers in the game, and all the shots feel a bit different. So please, don't mess it up big end by sticking to initial ideas even when they don't work well and nobody wants them. Commitment bias and sunk cost fallacy are terrible advisors, so don't listen to them when developing your game. How about your ideas, folks? Do you have other suggestions for improving the game? Do you agree or disagree perhaps with my assessment of necessary changes? Let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content from me in the future, then make sure to subscribe to my channel. Anyway, that's all from me in this video. Thanks for your time and I'll see you in the next one.